Redemption Hill has been called to dwell as an enduring and faithful presence here in DC and throughout the DMV. We also recognize that no one church is going to be sufficient for everybody in our city, but actually every neighborhood needs unique expressions of the gospel within them. And so part of the way that we can reach and reflect our city is to invest in local church planting partnerships with churches that are positioned geographically and otherwise to reach people that Redemption Hill can't effectively reach.
In 2018, we actually covenanted as a church to begin regular services. And we've been here ever since. And our vision is to see this entire community come to know Jesus Christ. And actually to see members of this community be raised up, become pastors, and maybe missionaries to other parts of the world so that God's kingdom can spread through His word.
So me and my wife have been in our neighborhood since 2020. There are wonderful people, and there's a ton of people who have needs and real needs and are hurt and are broken. And so our hearts have continued to burn for our neighborhood.
We've been praying for a way to impact our neighborhood or bring the gospel, do the work of the kingdom, whatever God needed in the place. And we just kept saying, keep our eyes open to what's come. And we ended up being, put in touch with Jeremy, and kind of all at once we were bombarded with this, oh my goodness, there's this need for a worship leader and no one to do it. What is God trying to tell us?
So I met Pastor Jeremy at a Creek Collective event, and actually Pastor Thabiti from Anacostia River Church connected both of us, and the friendship just kind of took off from there. Recently I led worship a few times actually at their church for a few of their conferences and actually at a Sunday gathering, and it was just a blessing every time that I've gotten the privilege to help them lead in worship. So after serving alongside Mercy of Christ and having continued to meet up with Pastor Jeremy, my heart continued to burn for that church. And so in August, I brought Bill a proposal and trying to see how I can come alongside Mercy of Christ.
We've spent 7 years together, and I've invested 5 years with this guy on staff full-time with us here at Redemption Hill. But this is part of our vision as a church, is that you've all seen that as people come into our church, that we train and equip so that we can send out people and leaders and resources and training to be a part of God's work globally. And that starts right here in our own backyard in Northeast.
And so it has been a gift to be at Redemption Hill. I've learned so much being here. I've not only grown in leading a team of musicians and grown in my musical capabilities, but also just growing in theology and my theological understanding. The things that Redemption Hill has equipped me and my wife with, we can really serve Mercy of Christ and that neighborhood.
So one of the reasons why I'm so glad that Devin and Alicia are coming over to our church is because they live in the community and they're desiring to love their neighbors. And what great way to love your neighbor than to actually, as a Christian, to share with them the love of Jesus Christ and to be able to bring them to a church that's local in their community. And this partnership will not occur, obviously, because outside of God's providence, but outside of the generosity of Redemption Hill Church. The fact that you all are raising up individuals to do the ministry and we actually get behind them, support them financially and prayerfully to go and do ministry is an amazing gift.
Every time you jump into something new, it's scary, and this is a little bit scary, but we want to have renewed faith that we've seen God work in this place for us, and we know He'll work in the next place for us, and that He would continue to use us for His people and not just, and help us not forget that that's why we're doing this. We're doing this for His people, for His kingdom.
And so we have the opportunity for a partnership that is much deeper even than we anticipated. We anticipate that as Dev and Elisha and their baby girls head over to Mercy of Christ, that is actually going to bring a stronger connection and partnership between our church and Mercy of Christ, and we are going to be a significant financial partner with Mercy of Christ as well. So thank you, Redemption Hill. Your generosity through the Dwell Initiative has made it possible for us as a church to be prepared for this kind of a move, so that as the opportunity has come, we're able to step in and say yes, knowing it's going to be costly for us. Church planting and being involved in church planting has a cost, but the payoff in the investment is eternal. And so thank you. We plan to have a celebration and commissioning at our December members meeting, and so please plan to join us for that. And continue to invest into God's work in our church as we seek to dwell as an enduring and faithful presence here in DC and throughout the DMV.